This is the AM Show.
Okay, good morning to you. 12 minutes past 8 o'clock. Very good morning to you. Lovely to have you along. Welcome to the program. Protests and riots have gone global over the death of unarmed black man George Floyd in Minneapolis. But who was George and what was he like? Joining us now to share his experience is a man who knew George personally and a former Minneapolis resident, Louis Pollard. Randy, g'day. Good morning. Welcome to our program.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. And, all our sympathy for your friend. Tell us all about George. Tell us, what sort of man was he?
Very gentle guy, easy to approach, very lively. We used to joke a lot, play around. But yeah, he was a great guy.
Just reading, because he worked in security, and it seemed that the people at the place where he worked, they loved him. They couldn't believe it, that he died, and not this guy, because he's the lovable, gentle man that he is.
Yes, we used to call him a gentle giant also. So, yeah, it was a big shock.
How did you know each other?
We did some volunteer work together.
Right, and what was he like there? What sort of work did he do? What sort of...
We fed the community. We joke around all the time. Just a lovely guy. Yeah,
they've got the wrong guy. What do you make of what's happening in America at the moment? The reaction.
It's a bit sad. Just seeing everything that's going on, and the people that's in these high places are not getting behind it. Not stopping it. As far as peaceful protesting, I agree with that. But when you have someone in leadership saying to enforce on them,
the president,
and I think that's not right. How can you have peace and justice when you got someone in that authority telling to
agitate and to be forceful?
Yeah, to be forceful.
Well, do you want to hear from your president?
Not really.
But can he appease anything? Do you think he has the ability to? I wonder if he's the right man to make a speech. But you'd expect a president to make a speech at a time like this, wouldn't you? To call for calm in a country.
Yes, I expect that, but I don't think that will happen.
Right. You don't think he'll speak at all?
Nah, I don't.
Do you think it'd inflame the situation?
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Randy, I was reading about you last night, you had your own experience by being maced by the police, I understand, back in 2015. Is that correct? And are you able to sort of tell me about the treatment by police to black Americans in America?
Yes. I was walking home one night, visited some friends, 2 blocks from home. And on my way home, there was this guy that was choking this lady and a crowd of people standing around. And, I went up to get the guy off the lady. Didn't feel threatened in any way. And all of a sudden, my eyes start burning and my arms start burning. And there was policemen that had ran up and maced, not identified themselves, saying, hey, the police. Because at that point, if that would have been the case, I would have let go and let them handle the situation. And the crowd was saying, hey, what are you doing? They were saying that to the policeman. He's trying to help. And at that point, when they realized that I wasn't the aggressor, they was like, okay, do you want us to take you home? Of course, I'm 1 block from home. I'm not going to get in a police car after that happened. And so I get home and I call the police department and tell them what had happened. And they said, well, we'll send a squad out to take you to the hospital to get your eyes watched out. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm home now. But walked to the police department and, spoke with the captain and found out who the police officers were. But after that, there was no follow-up.
Did they ever apologize to you?
No, never did apologize. Didn't do a report. So they had to go by me calling them and figuring out what went on.
Did they ever acknowledge that, yes, you weren't the aggressor, that you actually were a decent bystander who did the right thing?
No, they didn't. And that was the thing. Growing up, I always was in a position to say, if I can help someone, I'm going to do that.
Yes.
And at no point did I feel threatened During that time when I was taking the guy off the lady, when I felt threatened is when I got sprayed with the mace.
So it was the police that made you feel vulnerable?
Yes.
So are you surprised at all by their treatment of what happened to your mate George, or what's happened in the fallout of this?
Oh, yes. I was very surprised. I mean, well, I wasn't so surprised because that's the thing, as a black male, I look at things totally different now, where I always thought police was there to keep us safe, and then to have something actually happen like that, you look at things totally different.
Are you scared of the police?
No, I'm not scared of the police.
Do you fear their tactics?
Yes, because they have a protocol that should be set in place. If they follow those protocols, we're safe.
Because I look at what happened from my position here in New Zealand, and I just can't comprehend why you do that to anyone for so long. It seems a world away from how we do things.
Yes.
Or how things should be done.
Right, and it shouldn't have been done like that to start with, because first of all, if you're not, resisting, which he wasn't resisting, why would you have your knee on his neck? And with him saying, I can't breathe, Why
wouldn't you react to that? Why wouldn't the police react to that? I can't breathe.
There was a motive behind it. That's what I think. And, to have other police standing by, and beforehand to have 3 police on you at one time when you're not when you're not, you're resisting, it's ridiculous.
I can't comprehend. I can't. I find it hard. I'm asking you to explain it, I suppose, from your position. Why would they do this? What is their motive?
At this point, I have no idea, but it wasn't, whatever the motive was, it wasn't a good one.
Has the right action happened as a result?
No.
What would you like to see?
I would like to see those police officers held accountable for one thing. And, we talk about peace. How can there be peace and justice when this type of stuff is happening? And how can we feel safe when you see stuff like this? Who's to say I'm not next?
Do you think it will get worse before it gets better?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It would definitely get worse because those police officers haven't been held accountable for what's been done. And, and having the one policeman arrested was just put in place to think that it was going to calm everything down.
It hasn't, no. We have to go. Would you like to, because this is an online show as well, would like to send a message to his family?
I say we stand behind you, and, we want to see justice and standing up for what's right. And we can only hope and pray that there will be justice and that we can be back at peace once again.
And I appreciate your time on the program, and well said, and appreciate your strength. All the best.
Thanks.
Yeah, all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Former Minneapolis resident and friend of George Floyd, that's Louis Pollard. Nice to meet you. 20 minutes past 8. Good morning. We're back checking out what's making headlines on the internet today. Aziz is back with us in just a moment. Good morning.
Like sweat dripping down that dirty laundry.